What were you saying? Visa, right?
Visa U.
You have a Visa U?
Visa U.
What is that?
Honestly, bro, I couldn't tell you.
For the ladies and gentlemen
I
out
don't
there,
know
what
what
is
that
a
is.
Visa U?
I don't know, but I was on DACA, so like that, as far as I know, because I wasn't too heavily involved in the whole.
You're
No.
you're on DECA?
No, I was.
Whoa.
I was on DACA.
He's on
DACA or DECA?
He's on Deca.
What's DECA?
Deca.
That's steroid.
He's on Deca. That's what I thought you meant.
Maybe I should be. But
All
no,
right.
DACA, I know that was every 2 years. I had to
Dream Act, right?
Yeah, Dream Act. Yeah.
Dream
I had to
You're a
renew
dreamer.
that. Yes, I was a dreamer. Yes. Yeah.
So you like J. Cole?
Not really.
Dreamville.
Not really, no.
We're all dreamers, bro.
No. To fall asleep, yeah. But what's it called? Like I know that was every 2 years or whatever. I had to renew that every 2 years to keep my status up to be able to work, to have permission to work. But
Yeah.
like recently, I want to say maybe 3 years ago, I got my Visa U, which I really don't know much about it other than I have it. But that's every 5 years.
Oh,
But
okay.
having that on your third year. So it's for 5 years, but on your third year, you can start your process to become a resident, pretty much.
Okay.
And I'm on that third year already, so
There
that's,
you go.
That's what I'm in the middle of.
There you
right
go
now.
for all
sure,
you,
for sure.
for everybody out there trying to
Yeah.
become a resident. There's probably not
sir.
an in detail spiel, but just a little glimpse. You got to go through a huge process
Yeah,
to
just
become a resident.
15 cents a day, man. You could help me out.
I mean, you're making a lot of money compared
put
to a
the
lot of these
GoFundMe in
actual
the-
citizens, so that should make you feel
man.
good.
With this inflation, man, I don't know.
I mean,
Yo,
more
we
than all of us.
We got to talk
here,
about
so,
the elephant in the room. Your boy got shot, bro.
Who got shot?
Your boy got shot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Bro.
your boy got shot.
You're not gonna talk about it.
You're not gonna
bro?
talk about it.
We
We don't
ain't
gotta
gonna
go
talk about
super
that,
deep
bro.
on it, but he got shot, bro.
Let's just say,
Be careful. Be
whatever
careful.
happened. There you go. Whatever happened.
I don't know, man.
That's all I'm saying.
They're gonna Secret Service gonna pull up and put him in a black car, unmarked car, and interrogate him, bro. It's crazy.
Jesus. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is you can't stump the Trump, man. Just saying, you can't do that. You can't stump the Trump.
Well, you know, his party should be called the Green Party because he's full of green, bro. Full of green. Or green
He
party.
the Green Goblin.
He's a green guy.
Hey, never mind. I have so much to say, but I don't want to say it.
Say it. Say one.
Just say one. Just say one.
We can cut
Hey,
Cut that out.
That's all I wanted to put out there.
All right. 11-3 signing on, guys. Today, I think we want to talk about a little bit of transitions and change because I feel like it's important to kind of talk about a time. I think we've all gone through things in life where we've been at point A and suddenly now we're in point D. So it's like kind of chapters throughout your life, right?
And we usually fail to think about the in between. How you mentioned from A to D, you forget about B and C.
Because B and C are the most important.
They're the most important ones, but you don't realize that until you're at D.
That's because everyone thinks about point D. They would think about the end goal. They don't.
No,
think
they don't.
All the work and
No.
everything that has to be done
Everything that goes in between.
in between. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that goes
But
in
it's
between.
because of those two that you were able to be at D and you didn't even realize it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we got something we want to react to real quick if we
Yeah,
want
we'll
to.
play this first.
Transitions. That's something that's been big in our life. And I believe that's big in everybody's life because the one constant in life is change, is transitions. If you look at the animal kingdom, they migrate because they got to go different place for food. It's a transition every year. You look at humans, they transition from different grades. They transition from different points in life. So I think people being afraid of that is something we got to be more comfortable with.
Exactly. So change or transitions.
Yeah.
However you want to
Either.
put it.
However you want to put it.
Change. I always like to think of it like this. It isn't good. It isn't bad. It's just change. And you have to accept it. Life is going to change. You may be right now at a particular job. You may be right now in a particular relationship. You may be right now making, I don't know, substantial amount of money. You may be, I don't know, whatever it may be in your life. You know, you may be in this particular point of your life right now. But just know that eventually things will change. That's just life. You can't avoid it. It's unavoidable. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for you guys, but I remember myself when I was just probably like 19, and I remember at the time I had moved in with the girl I was dating, and I remember talking about transitions in life. I remember this point because I feel it's like a very important point in my life. It was a summer night. Let's say given by, it was super humid that night. Summer night, sitting out in front of a curb late at night by myself, depressed, looking at the concrete, thinking, what the hell am I doing? And I look back to that point in my life when I was just young, I was immature, I didn't know, what was to come eventually from that, but I knew that it wasn't going to last. I had to be strong. It was one of those points where I look back at it and I'm like, from that moment on, my life changed because I had moved out the house. I had problems with my parents at the time. So I went to go live with this person that I was dating at the time. Definitely a different time for me, but I look back at that as one of those chapters in my story where I think, damn, life came a long way. And that's kind of where I feel like it started for me, especially after high school. I don't know about you, Junior, if you want to talk about a particular time like that, because I know you got a few things to get off your mind.
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, bro, it's crazy because I think back to like 2016 and like me being how we were talking about earlier in the process that I'm in right now is like I was just at home, my parents taking care of me and stuff like that, but it never clicked in my mind that like I gotta get out there and make my own money. I gotta go get a job or something like that because school was never really the option for me. I got discouraged a lot because not being a citizen, stuff like that. My options were, I'm gonna say, maybe a little limited. They're a lot better now, which is a good thing. It's better for everybody out there who's going through the same thing now. But at least I know that when I was in high school and we were all sitting there in the computer lab, everybody applying to MJC to their local colleges and stuff like that, they had these options. But for me, put me in a whole separate room, and they're like, hey, you got to apply for this application, and if you get approved, you might get approved, slim chance, this and that. So
you kind of felt like you had to go looking for that door that you had opened for yourself, right?
Exactly, yeah. And it's crazy because like I've never thought about it like that. Growing up, I never thought about when I get older, how am I going to provide for myself? How am I going to be able to do all these things when I don't have the access to do it? At least not at that time. Right now, which I'm grateful for. But back then, no, I didn't think about that stuff. So I remember, like, fast forward, they're like, yeah, we didn't get approved for the DREAM Act or whatever it was. So they'll, you have to pay out of pocket. But they're like, you're going to be charged as a state student.
Dang.
So my classes were damn near triple as kids
crazy.
I went to. I literally sat in class with. Like, their classes were probably like $50, $80.
Pretty much
Did
kids.
you pay that out of your pocket?
I didn't even go.
Pretty much kids that were born here with that
Exactly.
opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So for you, because to give a little bit more context for you guys, he wasn't born here, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why we're saying that.
Yeah.
So for you, the opportunities weren't there, and so you had to go out there, find a different way, find a different path.
Yeah.
So
to relate that to just change and transitions is I was afraid of what was going to happen. I was like, is that it for me? Am I just going to have to find some under the table type of work? Am I going to have to, live up to that stereotype and like go
work in the field?
Go work in the fields,
man.
go figure out what I'm going to do. And I was afraid of that. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like I was seeing like my older brothers, like they were doing those type of jobs. Like they finished high school, they went out and they did that. So it was like, for me, I was like, what's going to happen? I didn't know. Like I had no clue. But man, like I was just fortunate enough that, a year later, I'm sitting in a lawyer's office and they're like, oh, you're on your path to getting, your DAC or whatever.
how old were you at the time?
I was, I was like 16, I think.
16.
Damn, 16.
Damn, 16-year-old like having to face problems like that, like that's hell early, bro.
Yeah, I don't see them as problems though. That's the thing though. Is
You
all,
see them
all
as
about perspective.
Perspective, yeah. I mean, it's a big thing,
Yeah.
though.
Here's a good question though. At what age were you brought here?
Me?
Yes.
I was 2 years old.
2 years old. So all your life, you've essentially been an American kid.
Yeah, all
per
I know,
se.
Yeah,
you know, per
all I
se.
know is here. I don't know nothing about where I'm from. None of that. All I know is here. Like, bro, like it's sad to say, but I'm working on it. But like, even Spanish is like it's my second language, bro. Like, it's
Do you speak it?
yeah. I speak Spanish. Maybe not as fluently as I used to.
Yeah.
I think
But-
that's all of us, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
That were born here, actually.
yeah.
Well, you're a no Sabo kid. So.
Bro, not really.
Look, David has an excuse, but
Bro,
David,
he just recited the Spanish alphabet before you.
Did you really?
Today, bro.
Bro, I don't even think I could do that, bro. Like,
David has an excuse because you know it's David. We David. We'll just leave it at that.
He showed his arm in the footage before, in the videos before, so they know.
For all they know, he's probably like Geodude. He's just a circle in arms, bro.
I think I'm some obese guy. Remember you said
That is true, bro. That's true.
So, like, what impact do you think like overall it's had on you, like the past couple years? Like,
Man, it taught me how to be. It taught me more gratitude. It taught me how to challenge, how to accept more challenges, and how to be more open with what I got, and also to know that it's not always in your hands. That's one
Yeah.
big one for me, is because it's not always in your hands. Because like I said, fast forward, I had no idea we were in the middle of that process. No one talked to me about it, nothing. But I was like a year later, I was given my work permit. I was able to actually start applying for jobs and stuff like that. I couldn't go to school, even though I was issued a social security number. I still had that same issue with
Yeah.
school. They were like, still going to be treated the same way, even though you have it. They're like, you don't, obviously you don't qualify for FAFSA and this and like that.
you
So-
deal with the cards you're dealt with.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You,
so-
you got to always just do what you can, and that's exactly what I was doing and what I was practicing and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I was afraid of, man. I was afraid of just because I didn't know what was to come to me. But
You were essentially afraid of the future.
Exactly,
I guess you could say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't really control the outcome, but
Yeah.
No,
like what
definitely
you
not.
said, you could try. You could do what you can.
Yeah. But that's something that I definitely had to get comfortable with, because I now knew that all my friends are going to either Marines or they're going to college and stuff like that, and like me just jumping straight into work. And I was in high school still working. I mean, most kids are,
Yeah.
But it's like that's just how it was for me. Like all my friends are like going to college, or I'm getting shipped off next year. But it's me. It's like I got to shift right after school.
Hey, there's no. You just had to do what you got to do, bro.
Exactly.
At the time,
Exactly.
and that's the thing. Like, everybody's path is different. Everybody is
100%.
gonna go through a multitude of changes.
Yeah.
Like I said, going back to what I said earlier, I still remember a time. Like I said, I was sitting on that sidewalk late at night, summer night, depressed as hell. Had just had moved out. I was in big problems with my parents at the time, arguing with them all the time.
Yeah.
I was young, immature, really didn't know where I was headed, And then to top it off, I moved in with a girl that when I look back at it, I don't even know if I really wanted to be with her. I was just with her out of comfort, I didn't even really know if I wanted to be with her. Her family had some toxic elements to them, and it was a culture shock moving out, because I had
Yeah.
never experienced that.
Yeah.
And so I still, like I said, it's one of those moments, those pivotal moments in everybody. I think everybody in their life has them, but it's one of those pivotal moments when I look back at my personal life. I sit back, and I think to myself, like, I've come a long way from that moment
Yeah.
to the present.
I do feel like a lot of people fail to realize that, though.
Lack of self-awareness.
Lack of self-awareness is, that's definitely it. Like, that's the label to put on it. But there's a lot of moments in my life too where I was like the same way. I'm just sitting there just thinking about like where am I going next? Like, what am I even supposed to be here right now and stuff like that? Like, I'd be thinking like that, just not
Yeah.
knowing. But it was also just because I was afraid of the change. I was afraid of just the not knowing. Really, is the best way I could put it. Is just like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do from here? But it's like Edwin said, you just got to deal with the cards you were dealt, and you just got to make something of it.
Yeah, you got
Man, I
to.
still feel that way to this day, bro. I still don't know like where my future lies, and I think that's just part of like life. You kind of don't know, because we all know death is around the corner.
Jeez, man.
We all know that.
My man.
We all know that.
I mean, to get that deep, but to get
You know what
that.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a traumatic event for all of us.
Yeah, like memento mori. Remember, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna
That's why
die.
the tattoos on my
Whether it's a
legs.
family member, a friend, or even us, like it's just gonna happen. So like that's what I think about a lot. Is like,
Yeah.
how am I gonna feel or react, or is my life gonna fall apart if, say, one of my parents dies, or
I mean, I think those are all normal things that are, like you said, they're
Yeah.
all gonna happen.
yeah.
So I think it's like Junior said, be grateful and
Yeah,
take
yeah.
advantage of every little thing you get. You
Yeah.
know, but
Because that's all you can do, man. You can just take advantage of what you have, like but the rest is out of your hands.
But
the rest is out of your hands.
like,
That's what
the-
sucks,
but what
bro.
I kind of
Like,
want to like get back to like that time though, like when you were 16, you're in that
Yeah, yeah.
office, like you must have felt like hella overwhelmed, huh?
when I think about it now, bro, like that's pretty crazy. Is like I'm sure I'm not saying I'm fucking special or something like that, because there's definitely other kids who deal with a lot more
Yeah,
than just
you
that.
like you said, you got to put it into perspective.
Exactly, got to put it into perspective. But just for me personally, like being that young and stuff like that, I'm like sitting in a lawyer's office, and it's like I'm in the middle. Like I was in fucking Oakland, bro. Like all these tall buildings and stuff like that. Like I was like, what are we even doing here? Like I had no clue. But
Yeah.
they like put me to the side, interviewed me separately, asking me all these questions and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, like I can't realize. I'm like, damn, bro, like a whole lot's been going on, and I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah.
yeah, as a kid, you don't really take it as face value. Kind of just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is whatever.
Yeah,
like,
because they ask you questions. I mean, I don't know what I talk about, but they ask you questions and stuff like that. They're like, why do you want this? Like,
Yeah.
why do you deserve it? Out of everybody, why do you deserve
And you're
it?
like, you're so young, you don't know what that
like,
dance
kid,
is.
I
at.
am.
no,
I
bro, it's
fucking deserve it.
Bro,
Like-
that was peak MW3 time, bro. I wanted to go home and play, bro. I'm like, I
Yeah,
want to be here right
You're
now.
like, I'm not thinking about this right now. Like,
Come on, don't do
By,
this,
by the
bro.
way, MW3 2011, not MW3 the new one.
Yes, yes.
Let's get that clear because MW3 2011 is God
Hey,
tier.
did you see sorry, but this is just random, but have you saw the wrestling, like the wrestlers are in it now?
Oh, they put him in Warzone. I
Yeah,
seen
they
that,
put them in the
yeah.
war
Is
zone.
it like skins or what?
Yeah, their skins. Yeah,
and they do the finishing moves.
Was it Rey Mysterio?
Rey
They put Rey
Mysterio
Mysterio and they put a
hella
woman. I don't know her
fucking
name. I'm not too familiar with wrestling.
So
but
like
they
you're
put her
like you shoot them, they're on the ground, asking to get healed, and
Yeah.
then you can do
They-
the
they got-
wrestling
they got special
finishing
finishers
moves.
on
Yeah,
We'll have to add a
Like, it's
picture
tight.
for people that don't know
It's
what we're
tight.
talking about. We'll have to add some kind of we'll insert it up here so in case you guys don't know. What
like
we're
I don't
talking
play
about.
video games, but I would play that like right now.
But yeah, but I'm sorry. But back to the office. Yeah, bro. I'm sitting in there like I don't even know what's going on. Like I said, like I mentioned, they didn't explain nothing to me. I'm just there, kind of
Yeah.
answering why I deserve some kind of status.
But how
pretty much.
shitty are they for even asking a 16-year-old that? Like, why do you deserve it? Like, what?
I mean,
It's because there's thousands of other people who are in
shitty,
that
bro.
same.
I don't
boat,
want to
man.
get like super
So
political
shitty,
about it or
bro.
nothing like that. But I mean, there is rules, there is
There's
laws,
guidelines.
there's
definitely,
there's
yeah.
regulations, and unfortunately, it is what it is. Nothing we could do about it. I mean, there is things we could do about it. Like I said, I don't want to get like super deep on it.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
so of how you were dealing at the time, but.
Yeah.
There is things that you gotta go. There is laws and regulations that you gotta go through.
you gotta follow,
That you
yeah.
gotta follow.
Yeah,
So
because for DACA at least that was every 2 years. So every
Yeah.
2 years I had to reapply, and every time I reapplied, I'd have to give them a reason to why I should keep it. So if those 2 years go by and on paper I haven't done nothing, then I don't deserve it.
So,
Yeah.
what were your reasons? Like, oh, I'm getting good grades.
I mean, I was working, I was paying taxes.
Okay.
I was. That's
where were you
literally-
working at the time?
Bro, I was working like 3 jobs, bro.
Oh, dang.
I was working like for a minute. I was working at Fastenal and McDonald's, both part time. So
Dude, I
it was, like,
hate
full-time.
Fastenal.
Bro,
Sorry.
I hate
that place, bro.
It's the worst place
Worst
to work.
place
bro.
ever,
Worst
bro.
place to work.
I'm sure there's probably someone out there that's gonna
bro.
watch this that works at Fastenal, bro.
And they will also comment saying it's the worst place to work, bro.
Dude, the
but yeah.
fucking rate of how many people quit every week.
The
They have
turnover,
a high
rate
turnover
is
rate,
bro.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
like-
crazy. But yeah, I was working those two, and then for a minute, I stopped McDonald's because I got like full time technically at Fastenal. But
Yeah.
then I went there and I went PSC, and PSC is a great company to work for, by the way. I went to go work with them, and they gave
Box
me,
company, right?
yeah, they gave me a better rate and stuff like that, and full time. So I just fully converted over to PSC, and I was there for like 3-4 years, bro. It's
Nice,
crazy.
nice.
But yeah, great company to work for. But yeah, during that time, I probably renewed my deck at least 3 times, and I had to give my reasoning and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was work every time.
Is every single time like an interview process?
No, it was
or
all
is
just paperwork.
all paperwork.
It was just like, why do you deserve it? What have you been doing? And like, what are your plans, pretty much?
So you have to fucking give an essay, like
Yeah,
to your teacher.
No, literally,
That's
literally,
it.
literally, yeah,
Yeah.
literally. It's crazy. It's like I'd put like I'm working, I'm paying taxes, and they're like, why should you keep it? I'm like, I want to start. A
So
family,
your
bro.
so your life has
Damn,
your
bro.
life has changed dramatically from that point to now. Then, right?
dramatically, yes.
Like,
dramatically, yes.
Like what you got going on. I guess in the present to
Yeah.
fast forward, like
Yeah.
how much has it changed from that moment to now? Like where you're at now.
Man, it's polar opposites, bro. Because like now, I can work. I mean, I have my status to work, and for a longer time, bro. But it's just what I'm in right now. Like the process is different. So when I'm done with this, I'm able to go to school, and I'm probably able to actually, get the benefits that somebody who's from here,
Gotcha.
I'd be able to do that, and that's my plan. Obviously, is like I'd love to go to school, have a little bit more of a steady career. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for, at least. But just thinking back to that, where I was like back in like 2015 or whatever, it's just like, bro, I was like so comfortable with just coming home every day from school, turning on my PS3, just playing and doing having not a work care in the world, bro.
What they should do is like compare the people that deserve it to the people that don't. So like, instance, Joe Schmo, whatever his name.
Yeah.
He's from here. He's a citizen, but he doesn't work. His parents still pay for everything.
Man, they gotta let him.
They should let his fucking rights go and then give them to you. You know
All right. I did want to say something though. Kind of what he said, like
Yeah.
whatever, like pretty much whatever happens is gonna happen. I guess
Mm-hmm.
pretty much amor fati. So love of fate. So what's to come? Like
Yeah.
whether it's going back to what he was saying, like love or like love loss or whatever may happen.
Yeah.
Just love what comes towards you, I guess, like your fate,
Mm-hmm.
But in order to have the fate that you quote unquote want or desire, you might want to make positive decisions to get there, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to want to make negative decisions and
Yeah.
expect a positive outcome, if that makes sense.
And just to tie it back to the clip, how he mentioned, he said, just get comfortable with change, because it's gonna happen.
Always.
It's gonna happen.
Always.
Don't be comfortable in your comfortableness,
We could probably play the cycle when he kind of answers. Well, he gives his answer. At least.
Okay.
Yeah, so we could probably.
More comfortable with, because it's gonna happen to us for the rest of our lives. It's been happening to us for our whole lives. So why are people scared of transition?
It's the unknown. It's the inevitable. It's what has to happen in life. And so I believe people are afraid, I believe people are afraid because of what the opinions of people. I don't even think they're afraid of the change. I think they're afraid of the opinions of what people are going to say about them, about the change. Is even if you just think,
Yeah. Do you guys agree?
I
I
agree and disagree. I feel like I would be just more afraid of the outcome. That's what
I
I
think
would
he's
be afraid of.
coming to it, because I mean, I know these creators, but I think he's coming to it more from a business perspective and like
Yeah.
a personal perspective. Because like say like fucking damn, I can't even think of an example. But
I just feel like like me personally, I don't care about people's opinions.
Other
Me
people's
neither.
opinions,
Yeah, me
yeah.
neither.
I don't.
I think like from the business perspective, like you're saying, it's like if you're a brand, then you're trying to promote out to people.
yeah,
if
definitely.
you do something that negatively influences your brand, it's
But
gonna
if-
make you look bad.
But let's say you already have a brand. You're already doing something, bro. Like, go for it. Take risk. You already took a risk to get your brand. Just keep taking the risk.
I agree. Keep taking the risk. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's kind of a lost cause if you don't even try, right?
Yeah.
If you don't even take
Yeah.
the risk, it's a lost
Yeah,
cause.
it's a lost cause.
So you might as well just try.
Yeah. Next clip.
Yeah, I guess so.
plane, you got automobile, everything. And like they say, energy is never destroyed, it's just transferred. So it's something that we can't get away from, but it's something that we always are like trying to figure out. Why do we need to change? Why do we have to change? It's because life isn't stagnant. Nothing anything that's just left to itself, it's just going to be destroyed. You leave this here for long enough, it's going to wither away. If you got to change it out, you got the couch. You leave it here long enough, we die. All these things. It just has to keep going. But
Yeah. So, you guys agree with what he's saying right there?
I think the point of that one, it was just like how he said that nothing in life is stagnant.
Yeah.
And that's
Everything's always constantly.
everything's constantly changing. So that's why, they're kind of saying to get comfortable with change, because it's just easy to be comfortable, to be exactly where you're at, and kind of like you can be in the same place and wonder how things would be if they were different, but you're just too afraid to make some kind of change in order to get there.
Yeah, like I guess to give a few examples of me, like I said, going back to that sidewalk on that summer night when I was like 19. I can also think back to a time when I was sitting in apartment 192. I can also think of a time where I was living with him. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Life's constantly changing. Yeah. You're constantly going through things. And it's a product of your decisions. And sometimes it's out of your control. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to sit here and say, like, oh, change isn't, like, but I don't want to say that change is pretty much, like, all directly, like, it isn't your fault sometimes. Sometimes it's just going to happen because of the situation you're in, relationship, job, etc., things of that nature.
But I think the way you view it is what's important, though. Because if you view that change as a negative thing, then you're going to live a very negative life.
Yeah.
So you're just going down that
Perspective. Yeah. Perspective.
But if you make that change for yourself, it's obviously going to be for the benefit of yourself. You're changing for a reason, because something is either bad or not going your way.
Here's a personal one, though, between me and you. And I think it's a good one. It's a good one to give the viewers perspective. Like 4 years ago, me and you got divided. Like, our relationship wasn't the best. And that's something that can happen. It will happen with your own personal people in your life, whether it be your friends, your cousins, your dad, your mom, your aunt, your grandma, whoever. It can happen,
Yeah.
But we grew up. We realized this, it's petty.
Yeah.
It's petty.
It's petty.
And just because at the moment it seems like, dang, like I'm going through it, like, dang, this, my friend or my cousin in that situation, looks like, we've been so close this entire time, and now suddenly our relationship has crumbled. That doesn't mean maybe tomorrow something else could happen. Maybe it'll change and you guys will come together some way, some shape or form. You don't know that, you know what I mean? So just let things play out how they're going to play out. Sometimes that's just life giving you a little pebble in your shoe that maybe you don't want to step on it, but you're going to step on it and you're like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, damn, that sucks,
No, yeah. At least we resolved whatever issues we had.
Yeah. That's pretty much like life's always constantly changing, whether it's in relationships and jobs.
I mean, I have a good example with relationships, at least. Not with us, but at least when I did my music stuff.
Yeah.
The person I did music with, who, he was basically like my best friend, whatever.
He's your boy?
He was my boy. I would find myself in situations where there'd be a lot of people I didn't know and he would bring around that I wasn't comfortable with. And I would sometimes sit there like, why am I here? Like, we're all getting fucked up. We're all getting high. We're all getting drunk. I was here for my friends so we can make music. But instead, I'm in this situation where now I'm like, I don't even know these people. These guys are my friends. Like,
so instead of making music, it turned into a kickback, or
it would turn into a kickback, bro. So, I mean, all right.
Was that not the music writing process though? Like, you gotta have people
see,
around you,
for
stuff
some
like that?
for some people maybe, but for
Yeah.
me, I kind of took music more serious.
Okay.
So that's when I transitioned. Was like, fuck this, bro. Like, I can't be getting high. Can't be getting drunk. Like, I'm taking my music more serious. I met a different person who you know, was more talented, took music more serious.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Did you not to cut you off, but did you like kind of like start drumming like we all have? But did you ever like just kind of like think to yourself or like have one of those sidewalk moments, as we'll call it, is like
One of those moments of clarification that you're just enlightenment, I guess. You're enlightened.
I'm gonna go the opposite route. That you need something has to change.
Clarity.
Yes.
For me,
Clarity.
it was
Clarity.
Moments of clarity.
like a whole year passing and not even having a song out. That was the moment of clarity where I'm like,
You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
If I stay with this friend group, I'm not gonna do anything with what I love, my passion.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do anything.
You're like, why am I being a pen?
Literally, I'm not doing shit and leaving this group. But now that I'm older, like, I can still look back and I'm like, damn, like, he wasn't really my friend because the way I handled, you know, certain, let's just say weed, whatever. I just couldn't handle that, bro. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't be social. I couldn't function.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, if you see a friend not able to handle a substance, shouldn't you like step in and be like, hey, like, don't do it anymore?
Did you guys ever get into skirmishes, like verbal skirmishes, or no? Like over it?
No,
No, nothing like that.
no. It's just, I don't know. I just look back how shitty of a friend he was. If I see my friend not handling a situation, I'm gonna step in and help him, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, yo, you shouldn't do this anymore. Like, just stop. No, instead he'd be like, bro, stop being a bitch. Take another hit. Take another shot.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure, bro. Peer pressure.
You gotta hit that enlightenment.
I'm sure like sorry to cut you off real quick, but I'm sure that this guy knows about peer pressure a little bit. Maybe he might. I don't know. Do you know?
He is the peer
Here
pressure.
is the peer pressure.
I mean, the thing is, like, in the moment, you don't think about it. It's like I said, it's now that I'm older, I really can look back and just be like, damn.
Yeah,
shitty friends, bro. Shitty fucking friends. Like,
Do you know about peer pressure, David?
Yeah, I've learned the hard way going through it.
you're going through it?
But
Tell us about that real quick.
like a quick example of like just a peer pressure type of situation. I was at Kickback one time, and I didn't have the greatest day, so I already came in with the mindset that I'm trying to get fucked up.
Oh.
I'm not trying to remember shit.
Ooh,
Damn.
those are the good ones.
Those are the good days.
But the thing is, I learned like throughout that experience, just that night itself, like I stopped myself before I got to my limit.
Yeah.
Because I like went and walked to the bathroom, and it's like one of those moments where you like walk into the bathroom, close the door, and you look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, "Fuck, what am I doing right now?" It's
You
like,
know what?
that's-
you
I
look
feel like-
fucked up right
I feel
now.
like everybody has that moment where they look
Yeah.
in the mirror and you're like, get it together. Or
It's
like,
like-
you're the man. Or you're like,
I do.
you can keep going.
It's like, yeah, you either
know what
take
I mean?
you take it farther or you stop. In
Or
your
you
tracks.
stop, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like when I walked in there and I was like, this ain't you. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, no one cares about what you're doing. Why are you doing that? So, like, that little experience taught me a lot about myself to the point where I haven't, like, tried to go that far. I did recently. I've learned from that experience as well. I ain't going to push my limit no more. But,
Jesus, know your limits, kids.
yeah.
Know
but
your
like,
limit.
But you don't
peer
know that
pressure
limit
is-
till you.
It's a
something-
real fucking
Yeah, you're
thing,
right.
It's
bro.
real. It's
real.
like you just gotta be stronger than the opinions around you. You kind of
Yeah.
like gotta know what you want and not just allow whatever.
Yeah.
And with like change, I've went through my fair share of experiences that allowed me to grow as a person.
Well, you're in that like
I'm in that stage now.
yeah. So what I was gonna say is like you're kind of in that. I mean, I don't want to put it like that because we're all constantly going through transitions or change or whatever. But like I feel like right now number 8's going through like a pivotal, like that pivotal moment, especially when you're as young as he is. Like, do you feel like you've gone through any like of those clarity? Let's call it clarity. Those type of moments recently, because
Yeah, it's kind of like a roller coaster, honestly. You have your days where you feel good about yourself. You have your days where you feel shitty, where you don't want to do shit. You have those days where you're like, you know what? Put on that motivational video. I'm going to go hit the gym right now. I'm going to go like get all this stuff done.
Yeah.
And then you wake up the next day and you just don't want to do anything. Like you're tired of everybody's opinions. You don't want to hear anything from anybody. The next day, you just want somebody to be there and hear you. I've went through it all. Today, I went through that. There's like ways that like myself, I know the way I handle it sometimes isn't the healthiest. There's some things I know like it is the healthiest way of doing it. I think honestly it's just like going through the change and learning how you deal with it.
Exactly.
You learn like how to work with yourself, and
how you deal with adversity.
if I never went through the things I went through, I probably would be a way worse person than I am now.
I think a lot of people will agree with that sentiment. A lot of people are gonna agree with that. Like if you wouldn't like they'll say the exact same thing. Had I not gone through what I gone through, you know what I mean? Maybe I wouldn't be the person I am today.
You know, but
And if I never made that change for myself, like I would still be doing what I used to do. And like back then, I was a nobody. I was playing games all the time. I wasted so much time.
That's not a nobody. That's someone who plays
That's
games.
just being a kid, bro.
It's
being a kid.
You're just
bro.
being a kid, bro.
Just being a kid.
I started.
Now,
my
if you
life
were
was,
30
like-
years old and you're still doing that in your 20s, like I'd be like, all right.
I kind of like got introduced with change really early in my life, though, honestly, because when I was younger, I was like around 8, 9.
Yeah.
My sister was hospitalized in the ICU
Yeah.
for
Wow.
her medical condition. So
Wow.
my parents were all the way in Oakland.
Wow.
And I was at aunt's house, friend's house, with my grandparents out in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I did the whole distance learning before distance learning was a thing. I'd get packets of work sent to me, and I'd have to do
Wow.
it myself. My grandma wasn't really the best grandma. She was really immature, so it's like
Oh.
I had to take those responsibilities for myself. Like I got up early, I made my breakfast in the morning. She didn't get up till like 12. It was like all the things I did was myself, and because of that, I really like pulled away from people. I like really lost trust in like just having somebody to talk to. I never really had that friend. The friend I
Yeah.
had back in school moved away and then completely cut me off. So it's
Yeah.
like I learned to deal with myself a long time ago, and that made me change into a person where I was more dependent on the person I'm talking to. Made me really dependent.
Codependency. Yeah.
And I'm seeing now that that was a big issue, that I was really codependent, and there's times where you need to pull away and worry about yourself.
I agree. I agree with that sentiment you're saying, because that kid that was on that sidewalk was codependent as hell.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you
That
gotta.
sidewalk
Yeah,
situation,
you-
I've had multiple.
You can't let
recently.
you just can't let other people be the reason why you're happy. It's like
You gotta learn what makes you happy.
But you
Yeah.
you also gotta remember though, it's how you grow up too. Maybe you didn't grow up with like your parents giving you all that love and support and trust. You had it, you have like, I mean, I don't want to put you on the spotlight, but like, I know your parents, I've grown up with you. I've grown up with your family. They're great, positive parents, bro. You got to remember, like, I have a great parents and I respect them, but their priorities were always somewhere else. Same thing like David. Maybe his parents were doing something else, at the time. Not everybody gets that.
I just think it's
That
the way
love
our,
and support,
our parents are also raised, because it's like a generational kind of thing. Like
it's just passed down.
it's
It's
just
honestly
passed
the
down,
same things,
yeah.
and it's, if you don't break the cycle, you're just gonna continue it.
continue it.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
me, like that's where I've recently been trying to change just the way I am. I'm a big time procrastinator. I brought this up before. I always try to put things off the last minute, but as of recently, I've been putting like priorities and actually sticking through it, even though like, for example, like the gym is one of them. It's like, for me, that's probably like one of the like healthiest things I could do to deal with what I'm going through right now. It
Yeah.
allows me to like just clear my mind. I don't really have to think about anything when I'm in the
Yeah.
gym. I just mind off and I just do what I do.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where I get in the car and it's like, all right, I need to go home and cook. And then I get home and it's like, I don't want to cook, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but it's like
Yeah.
that point
I
as
feel that
I'm
shit.
getting there and I'm just pushing myself to do it. And then I wake up the next day and it's like,
It's
damn,
those
I
things.
did that
It's
for
those
my-
things
like-
that you don't necessarily want to do, but you got to do.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do them, nobody else is gonna do them for you.
And how good you feel when you actually do it. 'Cause
it's the it's like actually,
satisfaction. Like you're just
Yeah,
like, I
you
did it
just-
when I didn't want
you,
to.
you guys know? You guys want to know what I get satisfaction out of?
What?
Doing my laundry, bro.
Come on, bro. I do that. I do that in my sleep, bro.
Bro, like I swear, like I'll do my laundry, like I'll clean my bed, like my bed sheets, my blankets,
throw a tab on in there.
my pillow covers. Like all my shit, like my socks, my box, whatever,
Yeah,
all that crap.
everything.
And everything's like nice and clean and folded. I'm just like, damn, there's something satisfying about that.
For me, it's annoying. The annoying part is just folding. That's the annoying part.
Yeah.
Just putting them away.
Yeah,
like
just putting everything
sometimes
away.
I'll get the big pile and just leave it on my bed for like a few hours, and then I'm like, all right.
You're like, I'll get to it later.
I have enough energy right now. I guess I'll do it.
You're like, I already washed it when you know, just leave it there.
It's like I already did the hard part.
It's already clean. It's already clean.
Yeah, no, but he said something else I wanted to touch like real quick. Kind of like life doesn't give you what you want, but what you need type of thing.
Yeah.
And I agree with that sentiment. Like it wasn't necessarily in his words, but something like along the lines.
Yeah.
I feel like exactly like life is constantly revolving, you know, the world is spinning, things are changing 24/7, you know, life isn't going to give you what you want, it's going to give you what you need. And maybe right now you don't need that dose of you know, vitamin D, but eventually you're going to need vitamin C and so forth, you know what I mean? That's life. It's always constantly moving, changing. Things are going to keep progressing, and bad things are going to come, good things are going to come, but just know that that's life, you know?
Just let go of the control.
There's always more good things though, like the things we take for granted, like just waking up every day.
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
those little things.
Having that bowl of cereal in the morning.
Yeah, those are the good
little things like that, you know what I mean? That means
But that goes into also what they're saying is like life. Nothing in life is stagnant. Everything's changing, right? But like in the days that we live in currently, routines are a huge thing. You go online, everybody's got their own routine.
Yo, mhm.
You look at who has the best routine. You look for a routine that you can adopt for yourself. But the thing is like that's how you get comfortable, you know.
But
It's-
what works for them isn't necessarily going to work.
No,
for you,
exactly.
too,
Yeah, and it's not. But that's the thing, though, is like I feel like everything you see online because of social media is everything's routine. So I feel like that's how people get comfortable. But like he said, nothing in life is stagnant. Like
yeah.
you have to get comfortable with that change. But the thing is everybody wants to get comfortable with being comfortable, and then they're just okay with that.
I think it's bad only if whatever routine you have isn't, you know, leading to the results that you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
if you're too comfortable in not getting any results done or seeing them,
Not getting any output.
then change up your routine, do something.
But that's
do
the
something
thing,
different.
though, is like we talked about. I want to say it was last episode. Is that's enough for people.
That's where your
Yeah,
self-reflection comes in.
yes,
You gotta like
yes.
analyze what you're going through and be like, all right,
Like-
this isn't working. I need to.
It goes back like to the laundry. Like you did your laundry, it's just sitting on your bed now for like a week
Feels
because
so good.
you already rewarded yourself with doing it. So the action has been done. So
There's
you're
like-
already comfortable with
Man,
that.
I have a coworker that, fuck, man, same position as I am, you know,
Yeah.
but he doesn't like working extra days. He doesn't like working overtime.
Well,
He's
maybe he likes his days off, bro.
okay, and I tell him like, hey, bro, like, why don't you just want to make extra money? And he's all like, I don't need it. I'm like, you pay bills
Must
though,
be
right?
nice,
He's like,
man.
yeah, I pay my bills and that's it. I'm like, but don't you want money to, like, I don't know, for instance, save up for a car? He rides to work, like,
He's probably got a
you know?
DUI, bro.
No, he doesn't. And I just like,
He knows his
and I
life.
try to put,
He knows his life.
I've asked him all these questions because I'm interested, but I always try to push him. I'm like, dude, just like save up for a car, get your license,
He just doesn't have that drive, bro.
Doesn't have that drive, and I don't know how to like motivate him, and I'm
You
just,
can't.
Maybe he needs Wesley Watson in his life.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but
with
like
those
it
type
comes
of
back to
people-
that comfort, like you're saying. He's just
Yeah,
really
it's just
comfortable in his
comfortable.
routine that he
Yeah.
does every day, and
I guess I'll
You
look
can't
at.
push somebody to change either.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess
They
I'll-
gotta want it for themselves.
yeah.
I'll come to that from my work perspective is like during those times, like the last couple months, I've been working overtime like crazy. But it's like at one point I told myself, I'm like, this thing's gonna stop. I got comfortable with the overtime and the money I was making, and I was like, this is crazy, you know?
You can't expect it to last forever.
Exactly, so-
Eventually, the company's gonna cheapskate you.
Exactly.
Because
And-
you're over here spending hella money, right?
Exactly, yeah. Like, and during that time, you're not really thinking about saving. You're like, bro, I
He's
got,
over. He's over here.
plenty.
He's over here spending on more COD points.
Battle pass every 60 days.
He's
bro.
like, I got that new gun skin every
It's like
week.
they just put Devin Booker on COD, bro. I had to get him real quick, you know. But
Hey,
pay, bro.
You're over here sending your girl money for her nails, for her hair, and then you're gonna be like, babe, this month ain't looking good. Like,
I got sent home early 3 times, bro. My
Well,
God.
tell me why earlier when you said WWE skins on Call of Duty, Hulk Hogan came to mind, bro.
Bro, did you see this man at the Trump rally?
Yeah. So
he was at the
that's
Trump rally.
Yeah, he was. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
I don't like him anymore.
I'm
I'm not a Hulkamania.
He's on.
now.
He's on. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do, brother? Oh man. Yeah.
No,
but,
but yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's
yeah. See, you were getting comfortable. You're getting comfortable with all that
Yeah,
cash.
you get comfortable with it, but it's like what happens. I started to think about, I'm like, what's gonna happen when it's just done? I'm like, I'm going back. I haven't seen
Self-awareness. You had it.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is like I haven't seen a regular 80-hour check in like 2 or 3 months.
You're essentially like mentally preparing yourself.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not saying maybe that's how he looks at it. It's like, why am I gonna work overtime if this isn't what I'm always gonna be getting?
Yeah.
But I mean, it could also just be no drive, man.
Yeah, it's just like the little things in life, like that I love to do is like drive to the gym, drive to get boba, drive my girlfriend somewhere she wants to shop.
Eat a bowl
For
of
instance.
cereal.
He has a girlfriend too, so I'm just thinking like,
He has a
man, my
girlfriend?
motivation would be to get a car.
He has a girlfriend too.
Like I would. Yeah, it does.
So how does he afford her?
Maybe she has.
He
her
doesn't
own
have a car
job.
payment,
Maybe
bro.
she has her own job. I
don't
know. Like, I'm just like,
I'm just fetching here.
it's just like, man, I know he would be so much happier. That's
You know-
it. It's
you
just,
know-
I just want him to know
it's-
that he
it's
would be
'cause-
so much happier to take his
It's
girl
'cause his-
anywhere. To
Maybe he's got to
you
go
know,
through
like,
something to put him in that.
It's because
mindset,
his
though.
motto's light work,
Yeah.
bro. Light work.
Light work.
Light work, bro. Light work.
After every day, light work.
He's like light work. Light work.
Man, but
Well, he's just like, just going back to, he's just comfortable with that. Like, maybe if he does get a car, then that's a whole different responsibility, bro. You got car maintenance, you got gas, you got driving. People don't know how to drive out here. Like, it's just
Exactly. Expecting California.
yeah. Like it's just that change. It's like just getting comfortable with exactly where you're at, and of course you're not gonna want to change that because you're comfortable.
I feel like that's just being part of being an adult.
But not
It's just-
everyone understands that.
It's just the
Everybody grows
basics.
up at a
Driving.
different time.
Yeah. Because like even
Unless
like,
we live in fucking New York or busy ass city where we have to bike, then I'd be like, okay, obviously you don't want
This
a
fool,
car.
I like how he always goes to the extreme. Unless we live in New York.
well,
it's not that you have to. It's just that it's easier to have public transportation in cities like that. It's not that you have to. You don't have to.
I
ride
wouldn't
a
even
bike.
want to live in New York, bro.
Why
I know
not?
I would have hated
Why
it,
not?
bro.
Right?
It's kind of like LA. I wouldn't want to live there either.
Yeah, I
bro.
would
It's
not
easy to
wanna
say
live
that
there.
when you don't live there.
Okay, at least New York, I haven't been there, so I guess you can kind of argue with that. Like, okay, how would you know? But LA, I've been there. I wouldn't want to live there.
Okay, I would live outside of New York City.
Like the surrounding towns.
So you're gonna
Yes.
live outside of New York City to
That's-
go into New York City.
No, I'm just saying if I had lived. No. I'm saying if
he's right. He got you on that one, bro. He's
I
got
would
you
go.
on that one.
It's like San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's like a few hours from here.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. I'd
So
be like, I live here
Okay,
where
makes
it's
sense. Makes sense.
not that populated. It's nice. There's fresh air.
Yo, if you could live in the Bay Area though, like surrounding cities, like because obviously you're saying San Francisco, where would you live? Because I feel like there's a lot of good.
Oh, easy.
Not all.
Half Moon Bay. Easy.
Really?
Half Moon Bay.
What about you?
I visited it. I love it.
Love it.
Livermore?
Livermore.
I agree.
Livermore?
Yeah, I'd live in Livermore.
People might even say it's not the Bay, but hey, man.
Livermore's
to
the
me,
Bay.
it's the Bay.
Livermore's
people
the
say
Bay.
Sacramento's the Bay.
No, you know why they say Livermore's not the Bay?
Why?
Because they get valley weather there.
I don't care. Give
Yeah,
me.
that's
I'll
why.
take it. Bro, you're like 30
Give me
minutes from
one reason why.
I can't say don't care.
Livermore?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's very
Not shitting
ni-
on the people that live there. Sorry, but
No, because it's nice, a little bit
Very
more
nice.
upscale. It's upscale.
It's clean, bro.
It's clean. It's a nice city.
There's a lot of jobs out there too.
It's a lot of jobs.
I commuted there for like
What
4
can
years.
What can I say? It's beautiful there.
It's a
Here,
beautiful
I'll
place.
drop pictures of Livermore right here so that people can see what we're
Bro,
doing.
It's like-
I would take a shack in Half Moon Bay over and a big house. In
Oh,
Livermore.
okay.
man,
Actually,
that's
a little
extreme,
Actually,
bro.
actually, you got me there. Actually, if it
Bro, the
wasn't,
beach is
if
right
you,
there.
if it wasn't Livermore, you know where I would live?
Where?
It's probably the best spot. Bet you it's the best spot. Cap. It ain't gonna be Cap. Carmel Beach, bro.
I give you that. I give you that.
Yeah.
My bad. I was about to eat the cat.
Okay.
My bad.
Nah,
Carmel is nice.
Nah, that's it's beautiful there.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's
but
very nice.
I, Half Moon Bay has a special place in my heart. It's where me and my girlfriend love to go.
Get out of here.
So it's special.
He's like, that's where we love to go and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but change. I mean, it happens all the time. It happens all the
Yeah.
time. We're always constantly, things are constantly changing in everybody's life. Like I said before, I think it's not good. It's not bad. It's just change. Embrace it. It's gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen to me. It's gonna happen to all these guys.
I like these. Embrace change.
Embrace it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it.
Hug it. Love it.
Nurture it. Bro.
Nurture it.
Nurture it.
It's like kind of like the Marcus Aurelius quote
Yes.
that I sent you guys
Yeah.
a few days ago. It's like a river. It's just flowing. You know, it's just constantly flowing.
Yeah.
It's a constant stream of change. You know, things are always revolving, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, when it comes to that, you know, guys, I think we're all gonna change a lot in these next few
I hope
days.
I hope we change into like the people we want to become.
Yeah,
like,
obviously make positive decisions in order to get to your desired outcome. Obviously,
Like I definitely want to get buffer. That's one. Get richer.
so take Deca.
More rare.
More rare. So
Take Deca.
what I'm doing now is gonna lead me there.
You want to be rich, rare, and receding, or what?
Look at my hair. Am I receding? I'm not receding, bro. All right. I have good hair. I think.
No, I think that's going to be it for it today, guys. Let's get out of here. But if you guys like what you heard here today, please subscribe, share, turn your bell notifications on because you're not going to want to miss our next upload. And with that, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones that you love that you love them. 11-3 signing out.
Goes like this. Going through phases. I pick up the mic and I put it down. Feel like I'm going through phases. I know that I love her, but still never settle down. Think it's contagious. Need to pick up the pieces and take a good look around. Who do I love? What do I want?